everyone, how's everybody doing? It's time for another exciting video from RK Loves Gadgets, and this is quite interesting what I want to show you. It's a talking clock, and yes, of course, although I've been doing a lot of talking clocks on my YouTube channel lately, yet the little reminder, I don't buy talking clocks to waste my money. I buy talking clocks for collectible purposes, and well, not just talking clocks anyway. And obviously, I've talked about all this before, so I'm not going to bore you with all the details. But this one is a Ultmost. I believe the model is 8805, so 8805, and it is quite interesting. And I've actually seen a video of something like this before. I think it was just about a year ago. The video was uploaded by someone in America, and I think it was he said I think it was purchased from Sharper Image or something like that. But this one, I bought this one on eBay, so I can't guarantee exactly where. Maybe the person who owned it previously must have bought it back from America, or it must have been sold in the UK or something like that. Maybe the R&IB must have sold it at some point. It's an old one. I guess it's from the 90s, so somewhere in the late 90s. I did notice that I did discover that if you put batteries in it or something, it may default to 1996 or something. So it must have been sold at maybe R&IB must have sold it maybe sometime in the late 90s, early 2000s or something like that. It is quite interesting though, and I even have the instructions for it right here. So there's the instructions. Hope you can see that okay. I'll just go through the pages and see what there is. Hope you can read that okay. Pause and enlarge the video if you need to. This one's I'll keep this flat, there we go. There's not a lot of pages, just a few. But again, pause and enlarge the video in your leisure if you want to have a proper read of it. Now this is the clock. It's quite interesting. It's got a large LCD screen, which is kind of surprising for something that's, you know, from the 90s. It's in really good condition as well. As you can see, it has the time and the date and the temperature. Now, one thing that confuses me a little bit, this one has Celsius temperature. The one I saw, the video I saw last year, I would say last year, probably early December last year, probably. The one I saw on YouTube, it had Fahrenheit temperature, and as you can see, this one's Celsius. And I was kind of expecting it to have maybe an access where you can change it between Celsius and Fahrenheit, but for some reason it doesn't seem to have that. I might be wrong, but it doesn't seem to have it. Have an adjustment to switch between Celsius or Fahrenheit. If anybody recognises this clock, feel free to tell me in the comments. If I don't know, maybe some units, maybe I don't know, maybe it's only on certain units, maybe. And like I said, it's an Ultmost 8805, so I don't know, maybe some units had Fahrenheit temperature and some units had Celsius. Well, if that's the case, I probably have the Celsius temperature version. So if I press this, you've got this big long button on the top that you press, and you get the time.
It is 10:06 a.m. The temperature is 24 degrees Celsius.
And then you've got all the controls on the front. You've got like mode and set. You've got up and down, and you've got this button here. I guess this button is used to turn alarms on and off. And you've got a music button as well. This actually plays music. And then you've got tone and tempo. And you've got a volume switch, high and low, and then you've got an alarm switch. I think this is like cock-a-doodle-doo and music. And you've got a snooze on and off. Now, so if I switch this, this is. Now I found that when you're on the time display, you press the set button, it will play. It will do the alarm. It will actually do your whatever alarm is set. So the sound, as in. So I'm going to switch it to the cock. Well, it actually says rooster according to the manual. Well, that explains that this has probably come from America, but because you know, I know you guys in the US say rooster and we say cockerel here in the UK. So if I press the set button, that's the cockerel sound, and then switch it over. And if you actually have to press and hold the button for the tune to play, for the melody to play. And if you release the button, it stops. The mode button changes 3 different modes. This has 4 alarms, and this is quite flexible actually. Now this is one thing that confused me. I've got a few minutes ago, before I made this video, I got somebody to help. I got someone to help me figure out these alarms, because I'll just show you.
Alarm 1 set.
This is alarm 1, and it's you can press this button here.
Alarm 1 on.
That turns the alarm on and off.
Alarm 1 off. Alarm 1 on.
And then you can press the set button,
Set.
and you can see you can change the alarm time here.
5 o'clock.
So you can just go through,
10.
cycle through,
12 o'clock a.m.
or you can go down as well.
7. 5 o'clock.
Hope you can see the screen okay.
4 o'clock p.m.
Same here with minutes.
Set.
You can go to the minutes.
26.
Same thing again, up and down.
34. 35. 25.
And then that takes you back. So alarm 1 is basically your automatic daily alarm. So this will automatically change the day. But if you press alarm, if you go press mode, and then you've got alarm 2. Now the last 3, you can actually set them. These are like calendar alarms. So you actually have to set.
Hour set.
So that's in hours.
Minute set.
Minutes.
Year set.
That's the year.
Month set.
The month.
Day set.
And the day. I haven't used any of these yet, so I'm not sure if I am going to use them. That's why it's saying 1996 on there. This is probably when it was released. I'm not entirely sure, but feel free to correct me if that's wrong in regards of when it was released.
Alarm 3 set.
That's alarm 3. Same thing. You can set the date as well as the time.
Alarm 4 set.
And again, you can press
Alarm 4 on. Alarm 4 off.
that button there for alarm on, off.
Time set.
And then you've got the time setting. So this is basically the main time adjustment. So you've got hour, minute, day, year, month and day. And then you're back to the time. Now, to show you the back. I haven't done that yet. You've got the speaker. You've got this information. I think you know, you've got your like the Ultmost branding and the all your information. The battery compartment. It takes 2 AA batteries. They just go in there. Get it back on there. There we go. So it takes 2 AA batteries, and then, like I said, this little round thing here is the speaker. Now this is a little round. There's a little round hole here. I have absolutely no idea. It's quite. It doesn't have any markings next to it or anything like that. It doesn't have any markings beside it. for some reason at first I thought it might be a power jack, but it's not. I'm actually wondering now if it may be like a sensor for the thermometer, which obviously reads the temperature. This is, you know, it's got the ambient room temperature. Right, I'm going to show you this music feature. So I'm going to press the music button down here. So that's music, and you press the top button to play the song. And like I said, you've got tone and tempo. So that's tempo. There's four tempo settings. And you've got the volume control as well. Okay, and then you've got the tone button. I think you get the idea of that one. Start that one again. There's 3 tone levels. It's kind of like it's going up in octaves. You know, a bit like how you would have change octaves on a keyboard. It's kind of a similar principle to that. Now if you press the set button, you can change those. There's 15 different songs to choose from. So that's 1. 2. 3. Just take you through them quickly. I quite like the sound of this. The American guy who did a video about this last year said it's like square wave. I genuinely agree with that. And I actually quite like the sound of square waves actually. He was telling us, and he was talking about his first computer. It was like a square wave sort of. I don't remember what it was talking about, but yeah. Number 4. They're all these songs are basically like world famous songs, classical world famous songs. Yeah, they're quite long, so I won't play all of them in full. I'll just quickly take you through what tunes this can play. Now, in the video of the other one that I saw last year, the guy was playing a lot of this tune, and he was playing it on this tone. I don't know what sort of song it is. Obviously a world famous song, again, classical piece. To 6. I know this one, Melodies, which was a Beethoven song. Please excuse the time tracker in the background there. Number 7. I like that one. Now I think this one's Green Sleeves. I think we all know that one. Also known as What Child Is This, which was a Christmas song.
9.
Sound of Silence, which is a Simon and Garfunkel song. I know that one. And this one's, is it Beautiful Dreamer? I can't remember. I think it's something like that.
11, 12.
Yeah, I don't know the name of all these.
13.
I don't know why it does that. Sometimes you get an extra note at on the very first note it plays. You got an extra note there that's not. A bit weird. And then obviously you're back to where we started on 15, which is one I like the most. So I keep it on 15. And I just want to. Will it do it? Oh yes, it does. You can actually hold the button down and it will cycle through quickly. Just put it back on 15. Set. No, that's set. And whatever melody you have set on this will be set as your alarm melody. But I've actually found that sometimes if you set one of these melodies as your alarm, after the alarm goes off, when you stop the alarm, it somehow changes the melody. So the next time the alarm goes off, it will be something different. Let's just go back to the time there. Yeah, so it's quite a nice little clock. I love it. It's I think I paid £11 something for it on eBay, so that was quite reasonable for something like this. It's pretty neat. I quite love I absolutely love the musical capabilities that it has. It's you know, there are some talking clocks that still, you know, play music, but not quite like the way this one does. So that's quite unique. I really like that. So I think there were some talking clocks or talking things that in this era that played music quite the same way as it did. In fact, I remembered I've got an old talking calculator that has the same voice and has pretty much the same tunes for the alarm. Only the tempo was a bit slower. If I just show you. Now, if you owned a talking calculator at this from this generation, this should be the sort of speed, the sort of tempo it plays the tunes up. So you get the idea. I quite like that you can do that. And also, yeah, I mean, what can I say about it? I think I've demonstrated everything. And yeah, I think that's pretty much. So it does quite a lot for its time. It is quite complex actually for its time. I mean, a lot of, because I thought a lot of talking clocks from the 90s would all be just really simple, basic, just time and alarm. But it kind of makes me wonder how much these things costed back in the day when these were new, when these were on the market. So it is quite a really good clock. I love it, and it's, you know, good for someone who's blind or partially sighted as well. It's got a nice big display on it, so I think somebody who's partially sighted might benefit from these large digits. So it is pretty cool. And the only drawback is, like I said, it doesn't have the option for Celsius temperature or Fahrenheit temperature. It does mention it in the instructions though, but there isn't an option. There isn't an adjustment to switch it between Celsius or Fahrenheit, and it doesn't have an hourly report as well. But I think that's not really much to complain about. It's a really nice clock. So I think that's pretty much it. So I think I'm going to end this video here. So thank you everyone for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on push notifications, and as always, see you all very soon, and keep safe.